You shuffle across the kitchen in wool socks, coffee steaming between your palms, and pause at the window. The sunrise is perfect, yet something feels off. A faint tremor in your calves, a heaviness low in your thighs, a whisper that the staircase will demand more effort than yesterday. Most people chalk that whisper up to birthdays, but the truth is far less passive. The foods that find their way to your plate are either rebuilding the architecture of your legs or quietly dismantling it. After 3 decades of counseling adults past 50, I've learned that sophisticated supplements matter less than the strategic groceries. The body's blueprint for sturdier quads, balanced knees, and confident ankles is written in amino acids, minerals, and anti-inflammatory compounds that already live in everyday ingredients, if you know where to look and how to use them. Today, we're spotlighting 4 humble foods that steady wobbly knees, re-energize fatigued calves, and restore the sure-footed freedom you enjoyed years ago. Each food earns its place for a different reason. One thickens bone lattice, one powers fast-twitch fibers, one lubricates joints, and one rewires nerve signaling so every step feels connected to your brain again. Interwoven are true stories. Clients who swapped prescription fears for pantry wins, who traded canes for trekking poles, because data is inspiring, but lived transformation is unforgettable. 1. Red lentils, the fiber-fed muscle maker. Red lentils look unassuming, but beneath the coral skin lies a muscle-perfect ratio of quick-digesting protein, 18 grams per every cooked cup, anti-fatigue iron, and an unusually high cache of lysine, the amino acid most seniors unknowingly run short on. Lysine is the Velcro that binds collagen strands together. Without it, fibers fray and hamstrings tighten like brittle rope. A landmark 2022 meta-analysis in Nutrients tracked 1,120 adults over 60 and found that those eating pulses, especially red lentils, twice weekly preserved 27% more thigh strength across 5 years than non-pulse eaters. Why? Lentils deliver slow carbohydrates wrapped in viscous fiber, stabilizing blood sugar so insulin spikes don't trigger muscle-eating cortisol. Stable glucose means your quads stay fed instead of cannibalized between meals. I watched this unfold with Franklin, a 72-year-old cellist whose left knee bowed inward whenever he stood up to take a bow. We built a habit. Monday and Thursday dinners started with a cup of cumin-spiced red lentil soup thickened with carrots. In 8 weeks, his physio measured a 15-pound jump in single leg press and noted improved medial knee alignment. The only pharmaceutical change? None. Franklin simply gave his muscles the bricks they'd begged for. Practical tip: rinse lentils thoroughly and simmer for just 15 minutes in bone broth. Finish with lemon for iron absorption. Batch cook, freeze in mugs, and microwave for a 2-minute leg revival that tastes like comfort itself. 2. Sardines and olive oil, calcium that walks. If lentils sculpt muscle, sardines pour concrete into the scaffolding. One 3-ounce tin supplies over 320 milligrams of elemental calcium, 20 grams of protein, and a doctor-approved dose of vitamin D and K2. Nutrients that escort calcium out of arteries and into bone lattice where it belongs. Unlike chalky tablets, sardine calcium arrives bound to phosphorus and collagen peptides, exactly how nature intended bone to use it. Balance hinges on bone density in the femoral neck. Lose 1% a year and stairs morph into cliffs. In 2021, Spain's Institute of Aging followed 300 postmenopausal adults adding canned sardines to lunch 3 times a week. At 6 months, their DEXA scans showed a 2% gain in hip density, while the control group lost 0.5%, despite similar exercise. The oily fish group also cut self-reported knee pain by 33%. Credit to EPA DHA calming synovial inflammation. Client proof: Gloria, 68, loathed milk and feared dairy bloat. We pivoted to mid-morning sardine toast, mashed fillets on rye with cracked pepper and dill. Her next bone scan impressed her rheumatologist, but Gloria's favorite victory was simpler. She could garden cross-legged without the nagging burn in her patella. Not keen on fishy flavors? Rinse fillets under warm water, Drizzle with fresh lemon and tuck inside a grain-free tortilla with arugula. They red like tuna, but treat your skeleton like fortified marble. 3. Beet greens, nitric oxide, ballet. The leafy tops most shoppers discard are actually vascular gold. Beet greens pack more potassium than bananas, plus a nitrate matrix that converts to nitric oxide, so no in saliva. No relaxes endothelial tissue, so arteries widen, bathing lower limb muscles in oxygen and whisking away metabolic acid that makes quads burn prematurely. The Journal of Applied Gerontology published a double-blind trial where older volunteers drank 200 milliliters of beet green apple smoothie daily. Within 4 weeks, VO2 max during a 6-minute walk test jumped 8%, and calf endothelial responsiveness improved 35%. Translation: the same heartbeat now pushes more oxygen to toe tips, delaying fatigue on hills or supermarket aisles. Elena, 75, once avoided her hilly driveway by parking at street level. We swapped her afternoon tea biscuit for a warm sauté of beet greens, garlic, and white beans. 3 weeks later, she phoned to brag. She climbed the drive twice to prove to neighbors the hill no longer ruled her. Her secret? Leaf power, she chuckled. Cook smarter, strip leaves, rinse grit, flash sauté in olive oil, finish with balsamic and sesame seeds. Or blend raw with pineapple and ginger for a sunrise smoothie that paints your tongue emerald and your arteries silky. 4. Blackstrap molasses nerve signal syrup. Molasses sounds like dessert, yet a single tablespoon of unsulfured blackstrap holds 200 milligrams of magnesium, plus copper, selenium, and the rare nerve protective trace mineral manganese. Magnesium fuels ATP pumps that fire peripheral nerves. When levels dip, signals misfire, toes tingle, and balance stutters. An intriguing 2020 Israeli pilot study gave adults with idiopathic neuropathy 2 tablespoons of blackstrap daily stirred into warm water. After 3 months, nerve conduction velocity increased 12% and vibration sense thresholds fell, better sensation, in 68% of participants. Unlike pills, the molasses delivered minerals within a polyphenol matrix that helped absorption and curbed post-meal glucose. I witnessed similar magic with Ahmed, 80, a retired engineer whose marble feet left him staring at the floor while walking. We replaced his nightly cookie with a mug of ginger molasses tea. 8 weeks later, he reported he could feel bathroom tiles again and abandoned the shuffle that once threatened every rug. Use it right. Choose organic blackstrap, no added sulfur. Evening dose, 1 tablespoon in hot water with a squeeze of lemon, doubles as a gentle laxative, relieving the constipation many seniors hide. Sweet, mineral-dense, and cheaper than fancy supplements, molasses is liquid insurance for proprioception. Weaving the 4 into a week. Monday, lunch bowl of red lentil soup, evening molasses tea. Tuesday, rye toast with sardines for brunch, dinner beet green stir fry. Wednesday, leftover lentil soup plus feta crumble, pumpkin seed snack, bonus magnesium. Thursday, sardine stuffed avocado halves, molasses tea before bed. Friday, beet green smoothie breakfast, red lentil curry dinner. Weekend, pick any combo, your legs will file the thank you note. In practice, that template costs less per week than a latte a day, yet each serving acts like a microdose of physical therapy, rebuilding fibers, cementing bone, oxygenating tissue, firing nerves. Four foods will not outmuscle a 100% sedentary lifestyle, but when paired with deliberate movement, heel raises at the sink, tai chi in the park, resistance bands near the couch, they tilt biology sharply in your favor. Every nutrient molecule delivered when blood sugar is steady and inflammation is tamed triggers satellite cells to fuse onto aging fibers, literally adding youthful nuclei to old muscles. Remember Maria from the bathroom fall? She didn't join a gym. She embraced lentils, sardines, beet green smoothies, and nightly molasses. She also followed my 2-minute door-frame squat ritual morning and evening. At her 3-month check-in, gait analysis software showed a 22% stride length increase and a 40% reduction in medial-lateral sway. The technical proof behind her grin. Your journey can start with the simplest step. Circle one of the 4 foods and promise it a recurring role this week. Once comfortable, add a second. The compound effect will surprise you, just as it surprised Franklin, Gloria, Elena, and Ahmed. Weak legs are not a life sentence. They are a biological request form waiting for the correct nutritional signature. Answer it, and independence ascends from wishful thinking to daily reality.